Hi, my village people. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Kende, and today I'm going to be chatting with you all about the things I wish I knew about keto before getting started and just weight loss in general. Now, these are things that aren't often spoken about, or at least things that I didn't really come into contact with when I first got started. So I hope you find the things that I share helpful. But before I get started, I just want to make this clear. This is my little disclaimer or whatever. So you guys, I am by no means a medical expert or anything. These are just my anecdotal experience. These are the things that have worked for me and things that I've learned over the year and a half that I've been consistently following this way of eating. So that being said, let's get started. All right, you guys, so my notes are right here in case I'm looking down. That's why. So just please bear with me because this whole setup thing is still kind of new. All right, let's go. So today's video is going to be broken down into two different parts. The first part, I'm going to be discussing about the things I wish I knew about keto before getting started and just weight loss in general. They're kind of merged together. They kind of coincide, but I just wanted to kind of make those two distinctions. So first, let's begin with keto. All right, now, you do not need to eat an absurd quantity of fat. Ooh, I know people are like, wait, what? Keto is a high-fat, low-carb diet, right? Yes, it absolutely is. But you do not need just ridiculous amounts of fat. Neither do you need to get in your fats. Because think about it. If you are getting just an absurd amount and a high quantity of fat in, your body isn't going to utilize your fat as a source of fuel and then kind of turn those into ketones. It's going to utilize your dietary fat before it taps into your body fat. So if your intentions and your goals are to lose weight on keto, just make sure you aren't overdoing the fat. I see a lot of people just overdoing the fat. So just keep that in mind, you guys. You don't need an absurd amount of fat. Neither do you need to put like olive oil into your tea or your coffee or anything. Just make sure you're sticking with your macros if you're tracking. Along with that, tip number 2 that you don't often hear about. If you cheat on keto, keto will cheat on you. One cheat meal might lead to one cheat day. One cheat day might lead to one cheat week, one cheat month. It kind of becomes like this domino effect. It's so important that when you are new to this, when you are first getting started, you kind of solidify yourself in this way of eating before kind of planning out cheat meals or what have you. Now, I am not oblivious to the fact that you will miss your old eating habits. You will miss, some things that you were really fond of enjoying in the past. But if you do absolutely have to have that cheat meal, make sure you're first grounded in keto. Make sure you aren't, still a bit rocky or shaky with your eating habits and things like that. And then plan ahead of time. If you must have that cheat meal, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You guys, you know that saying, right? So just keep planning as a priority in case you absolutely do want to have that cheat meal. Maybe someone's birthday is coming up, an anniversary is coming up, and you just want to enjoy yourself. That's totally fine, but plan ahead of time. So that's number 2. Number 3 about keto. This is so important, and a lot of people will not tell you this. This is so important, you guys. Not everyone needs to know that you are following this way of eating. And I say this because a lot of people are unfortunately really ignorant about this way of eating. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and this isn't, conventional. This isn't the standard way of eating. So keto is still, it's becoming more common, more popular, but within conventional nutrition or conventional cultures like mine being Nigerian, it's not common. Our primary diet being Nigerian is heavily based on carbs. So imagine telling your grandmother or one of your aunties or just anybody that just hasn't really done research about this thing, they might think you're crazy. So you don't need to tell everybody that you're keto. Only let people know who support you. And the most important thing is that you support yourself anyway. So if you have people in your life that aren't really in support of this way of eating, perhaps you shouldn't tell them. Another thing about the support thing is that, you know, a lot of people who follow this way of eating also fast a lot. Now, people might think you're crazy if you tell them you're going 24 hours without eating. And so you just don't need that negative energy. You have bigger fish to fry here. So just focus on your journey, focus on what you're in this for, and, you know, don't find yourself getting into keto fights or arguing with people about why you do the things that you do. As long as you know why you're doing this, that's what matters. You don't need to tell everybody. All right, number 4. The keto pea strips do not work. They are not reliable. They are not effective. Now, for those of you who may not know what the keto pea strips or what I'm talking about are, so for you to track the level of ketones in your blood or in your urine, there are these pea strips that they kind of operate on a color gradient. With the keto pea strips, if you pee on it, it changes color, and then the color tells you what level of ketosis you're at. However, these pea strips are not reliable, period. They're not. Because if you are maybe dehydrated, or maybe if you check it in the morning, this can fluctuate the color gradients that you end up getting. So you might actually be in a high level of ketosis. Meanwhile, maybe you just aren't hydrated enough. You end up taking the pea strips, and the color you get is misleading. So if you do want to accurately track what your level of ketosis is, your metabolic state of ketosis, I think the most reliable is the keto monitors, the ketone monitors. And keep in mind that there is still a margin of error. So just be mindful, you guys. I believe, okay, so not everything that is marketed to be keto is actually keto. I know, you guys. This is why it is highly essential for you to read nutritional labels, read the ingredients. It's so important, because keto is kind of gaining traction over time. A lot of these food manufacturing companies are wanting to just deceive people with advertising and with food labels and things like that. So you'll find a protein bar is marketed as keto, and they have in big bold fonts keto, right? But then you turn it around, it has maltitol in it, wheat in it. These ingredients aren't keto friendly. So just read your ingredients and don't quickly skim through it. Actually read it. Unless you're familiar with that product, then you can just 6. Oh God, this is actually my favorite. You guys, you will have to grow up. Period. What do I mean grow up? Your taste palette is gonna have to grow up. You're not gonna find the perfect substitute for everything. You're not gonna find the perfect replacement or the perfect alternative for the old foods that you're used to eating. You will have to newly develop. I never thought that I would really enjoy salads like that. But now my key staple is a salad with almost every meal that I have. My key staples include things like zucchini, Brussels sprouts. These types of vegetables are kind of still new to me, but I love them now. And I kind of discovered them because I didn't find the perfect substitute for rice. I was a big rice eater, as by Omo Yoba that I am, I didn't necessarily find that. But I discovered that I can make rice Brussels sprouts, and I could make, zucchini noodles and things like that. So my taste palette has matured, I won't say my taste palette is bougie, but my taste palette is bougie, if you know what I mean. So you guys just grow up and realize that you won't find perfect substitutes for everything. There's so many different recipes on YouTube, on Instagram, all over social media. But if you're getting caught up with trying to find replacements to the old things you used to eat, you probably just wouldn't find satisfaction in this lifestyle. Try new things. We want to, nourish our bodies with nutrient-dense meals, which, a lot of these old things that you might be eating in the past was just filled with a bunch of empty calories. So why not focus your attention in just expanding your taste palette and just grow up? If you don't eat vegetables, how old are we? Like, you're not 6 years old anymore. I'm sorry, but just grow up, period. Okay? All right. Number 7, you guys. Tip number 7. All right. Keto, your hormones are all over the place. And what I mean by this is a lot of us prior to starting keto had a lot of, fluctuating hormonal imbalances. So maybe your menstrual cycle was off. Maybe you had crazy adult acne. Maybe you had hair in unwanted places. Things like that are all kind of tied to the level of hormones in our blood. And the thing is, especially as women, we get the brunt of these hormonal changes in our blood. So keep in mind that with keto, you will experience a lot of hormonal changes in your body. And these are all changes for the better. So I've heard that, a lot of women who had issues conceiving, keto made them fertile. For me personally, even before starting keto, I had a lot of crazy, imbalances with my menstrual cycle and things like that. But the moment I started keto, in 2 weeks, things became adjusted, and I have a regular monthly cycle. My hormones are much more stable now, so just keep that in mind. And if you need a supplement with some electrolyte, do that. There's so many different hair tablets, biotin, or things like that. But just know that your hormones might initially be all over the place, especially as women. Your monthly cycle might go on for over a week in the beginning, but over time it will adjust and you will be regular again, if that makes sense. All right, y'all, so if you watch this video till this point, I have 2 added bonuses for you guys, because I got you like that. So you guys, bonus number 1 is that please do not outsource your health to anyone. Now, what does this mean? This means that you ought to do your research yourself. Now, I am by no means discouraging you from seeking guided support. That's needed as well. It truly takes communal support to get through this, but for you to expect some random IG keto coach or a dietitian or nutritionist, even a physician, to give you the XYZ formula to keto or weight loss success is ignorant. There's an influx of information out there. Google Scholar is your friend. You guys, there are tons of published literature about fasting, about keto, about obesity, and things like that you should be reading. You should be following, pages on your social media that are adding value, like mine. But, just realize that if you don't take charge of this yourself, if you don't master this yourself, you won't sustain, and eventually you'll kind of just get tired because you don't know what you're doing and you're just a bit lost. So research is your friend. Another reason why doing your research is so crucial within this lifestyle is because sometimes you'll find that something that works for others might not always work for you. So it's so important that you ask questions and you dig beyond the surface and do not take things for face value. No health professional knows your body better than you know your body. So you want to advocate for yourself first and foremost. All right, number 2, bonus number 2. This is for all of my Black folks, all of my African folks out there. Come closer. Yes, just come closer. Please know that keto, a good healthy lifestyle, good nutrition, isn't for white people alone. I've heard this so many times, more times than I would like to admit. People saying that, keto, Black people, African people saying that keto and eating healthy and eating salads is for Igbo people. You people, let me tell you something. A good living, good lifestyle, a good body is for black, white, purple, orange, yellow, whatever. Don't let anybody deceive you to think that, oh, keto isn't for Africans, keto isn't for black people. This is part of the reason why I have my platform, to showcase the fact that we can still eat an African-based diet that is still familiar to the things that we're used to, right? So please, just stop it. I'm so tired of people saying, oh, salad is like white people food, or no. Black folks, this is for us too. Good living is for everybody, okay? A good, healthy body is for everybody. I am black, I am African, and I'm still healthy. If you are black, you can do keto. If you are black, if you are African, you can eat well, you can eat right, you can eat clean, and you will find success, and your body will thank you, okay? Many more people that look like me, that look like you, are also doing this and finding success. So these are my 2 bonus tips, or information that people don't often talk about, that I just wanted to share with you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Leave me this time, last time I said leave me a smiley face emoji. This time, leave me a heart emoji, okay? Leave me a heart emoji in the comments so that I know you watched this video till this point, and so that I know you are a real MVP. For those of you who leave these comments in the comment section, I will be sure to give you a shout out in my upcoming video. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace out.